So unfortunately in this country, and we've seen particularly in Dublin, we've seen particularly one great example. When I was young, I remember going up to Dublin, just tell you this story briefly, of going on a tour up to Dublin, Viking tour, and we were in the river there. And I remember Boland's Mill. They knocked down half of Boland's Mill to give it to some foreign company. And I remember thinking to myself, this is a historic place in Irish history where one of the 1916 risings took place. And they demolished it. They didn't give a shit. And we remember the O'Rahilly house in Dublin too. O'Rahilly was one of the leaders of the 1916. And they knocked down his house too, without planning permission, etc. And now the Dublin City Council, I don't know what's wrong with the Irish government nowadays, or the Irish city councils and county councils. They don't seem to care about any Irish architect, any history of any building. They just want to demolish everything. So we probably have heard about, say, Stephen's Green. Now they wanted to change it from this. This is what it looks like at the moment. They say Stephen Green. You're probably like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it. But they want to turn it into this modern fucking shit. Like, let's be fair, modern shit. That's what it is. And nobody wants it. Like, there's 20,000 so signatures saying no, stick it up your hole. And that's what they should be. In Dublin City Council should be telling them to stick it up the hole. Because I'm not from Dublin, but I remember oftentimes going into, say, Stephen's Green shopping centre. And it's really unique. It's like a nice looking building there, like the one. And they want to replace it with this. Like, what is that? Like, tell me what is that? Like, there's no pleasant, like, it's very pleasant because there's a lot of windows, and it's very unique with the glass dome, etc. It's very unique. It's very eye-pleasing, but this is fucking, like, this is atrocious. Like, leave fucking buildings alone. Like, what harm is the fucking building? Like, leave them alone. It's the same with Moore Street, but this is the thing I think, that the Irish government, it's a whole thing by the Irish government and the local authorities, etc. They hate like a symbol of Ireland. They hate a symbol of Dublin. They want to take down. Like, what they would love to do is take apart the GPO. I'm surprised they haven't turned into a refugee accommodation, to be totally honest. Because they nearly would. Because they take nothing of our history. They take nothing of our buildings. Years ago, they used to build buildings that were great. They were great symbols of a country, had great records. Our churches and our parishes and stuff are great examples. Nowadays, it's all modern fucking shit like this. And of course, it's good. Sometimes the modern buildings are good. But in a lot of cases, it's soulless. It's soulless. They can see with, say, Stephen's Green, they were coming up with something there. The one that's there at the moment. They were coming up with great ideas with loads of windows. It's actually eye-pleasing compared to this other one. It's very modern. It doesn't suit. But no, they don't care nowadays. Simple as that. They just don't care. We see Moore Street too. The government want to tear up the whole lot of it and build modern shit. And that's what it is, modern shit. And just because, it's Irish identity and stuff, because Moore Street too has a significant role in the 1916 rising and stuff. And of course, for years, there's been a trading area, a very historic place. And we see this around the country. They want to demolish historic buildings to build modern fucking shit. And let's be fair, it doesn't work. Half of the time it doesn't work. Like, take what's happened in Helsinki too. They want to build a fucking white building, like on the, like, basically in the harbour, that is not, it's basically atrocious compared to the architecture and Helsinki. It's old Gothic style architecture and it's fucking atrocious. I think the people that probably that allowed this to go to be built should probably be prosecuted. They generally should be probably prosecuted because it's a crime against the city of Helsinki, in my opinion, because it should be in a Gothic style. It should be with the rest of the buildings, all Gothic kind of style, with modern, with ornate structures, etc. But it isn't. It's a total white building. Like, it doesn't seem pleasant. It's not pleasant to look at, and nobody seems to agree with it. I don't know why the city council just bowed ahead with it with people objecting. The same with Dublin City Council here. They're bowing ahead with it. Even though the majority of people are saying, no, we don't want it. Why are you doing this? What's wrong with you? But yeah, it's just total insanity. But I think we've lost our ways in a lot of regards. We've lost the ways in many regards. But I think it's particularly a sin. I don't think we should do it. And I don't think this should go ahead, to be totally honest. If it does go ahead, I think the public should have a bigger say in it. Because it is a shopping centre. It is in the middle of Dublin city centre. It's not like in a back alleyway, etc., that nobody will see it. This is pretty much on, say, Stephen's Green there, and it's Grafton Street, etc. around it. Very, very well known place, very well known, very well trafficked area. And it's not like it's some back place where nobody will notice it. I think it's just architecture suicide, to be totally honest. I generally do think so. And I think it's a bigger worry too that they're coming for historic buildings. They're coming from it. And eventually they will come for the GPO to knock it down and to build godforsaken something in it. Because they take nothing. They simply take nothing of Irish history and what Irish people built. They take nothing of it. They don't want a backwards looking idea of that. But when I say to Irish people, we can't let that happen. Simple as that, because they would. They don't care a damn about Irish history. They don't care a damn about anything, to be totally honest, in this country anymore. The establishment. And I think it's a sin. And I hope somebody somewhere just objects to it, somewhere puts in a big objection to stop it, because I think it's just totally wrong. It's just totally wrong, because it's not at all. It'd be different if it was somewhere close to it, but I don't know, like, what is the necessity of it? Like, I wouldn't mind if the building was falling down, but it just seems totally wrong. It just seems like it doesn't need to be done. It'd be different if the building was falling down and needed repairs, but I don't agree with it. I don't agree, and I think majority of people wouldn't agree with it, because it's not needed. It's not needed at all. But anyway, let me know what you think. Are you from Dublin? Have you ever disagree? Do you agree with this? I suppose, with this change, because this is a very big change we're talking about. But I think it's totally wrong, and I'm not from Dublin myself, but I think it's totally wrong. But I would object to it if it was in Cavan, because they nearly would take every building down in Cavan, historic building, and replace it with some fucking shite like this. And excuse my language, but that's what it is. And it's not. It doesn't inspire anybody. It really, really doesn't inspire anybody. Like old buildings like the GPO and stuff that inspires people. Not even just its history, but its architecture, etc. And even buildings like even churches, etc. that were built hundreds of years ago. Huge. St. Patrick's Cathedral in Dublin too. Very inspiring building. And many other buildings around the city too. But Dublin Castle, very inspiring, very impressive. Even City Hall and stuff in Dublin, very impressive building. Other places too are really, really impressive, like really, really impressive structures that have huge significance. The Mansion House too, very significant, very eye-catching, very pleasant looking building. But no, just tear it all down. Even with Dáil Éireann and stuff, very pleasant looking building, not like a modern shit. It's very unique. Nothing has been changed in the foot of it. It's very unique. It's old architecture, even though it's a Nuchtron, etc. Very nice, pleasant looking building. Compared to what this fucking shit is, like, let's put it that way. I know some people would be their cup of tea, but I'm just saying the majority of Irish people wouldn't be into that crack, and it's simple as that, and I say that straight to you. But anyway, let me know what you think. What do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know. Thank you.